Hello, this is Andrea Mowry of Drea Renee Knits, and today I'm going to be showing you how to do short rows using Yarnovers instead of the traditional wrap and turn method. So I have knit to the point where I am ready to turn my work to create my short row, and I'm simply just going to go ahead and turn. I'm currently holding my yarn in my left hand, continental style. I will also do a demo English style holding the yarn in my right hand. So before I work back in the other direction, I need to do a yarn over onto my right hand needle. There we go. And now I can purl back either to the end of the row, or if your instructions have you go maybe just a few stitches, whatever it says. So I'm just going to do a few stitches, and now I'm ready to turn again. And again, I need to do a yarn over onto my right hand needle. Just like that, and then I would knit back. If your pattern says, knit to however many stitches, you don't want to count your yarn overs in that stitch count. You want to think of those as no stitches. But let's see how we close up the gap now we created with these short rows. So I'm going to knit over to where I turned. Here's my yarn over, and here's the gap that was created by turning. I can now knit 2 stitches together, including my yarn over, and that's going to actually close that big gap so we don't see it anymore. So I knit 2 together, and I'm just going to work to the end of my row so that you can see how it just closes it up really tidy. And now I need to close it up on my purl side as well. So I'm going to work over again. Your pattern might say something along the lines of work to the gap, work to the yarn over before the gap. But the thing to remember is that to close these gaps, you're going to work your yarn over, which is just before the gap, with the stitch following. So I'm going to purl across to the yarn over before the gap. All right, I'm to my gap. So now, instead of just purling these 2 together, I have found that it actually hides the gap better if you purl 2 together through the back legs of those stitches. So I'm going to insert my needle through their back legs and then purl them together. Oops, split my stitch a little bit there. There we go. And I'm going to work to the end. So you can see how that does a pretty nice tidy job of your short rows. Where I like to utilize this method is up on the edge of, like in my pink fizz sweater, I use it up on a shoulder. It does a really great job. So I'm just going to quickly show how to do this English style. All right, so you would knit to the point of your turn for your short row. So I'm just gonna do that right about here. And now I need to yarn over onto my right hand needle before I begin purling. So I'm holding it in front, and I basically just wanna wrap it around that right hand needle. And now I'm ready to purl. So you would purl to the point of turning or to the end of the row, depending on your instructions. I'm ready to turn. And again, I need to yarn over. So I bring my yarn to the front, and now I can go ahead and knit back to my gap. So I knit to the yarn over before the gap. To close it, I just knit 2 together. And I'm just going to turn right back around so I can show you the purl side. Purling back to the yarn over. Right here, there's my yarn over before the gap. And again, I want to purl these together through their back loops. So I insert that needle tip through their back legs, and then I'm gonna purl 2 together. And that is it. I hope you give it a try. Happy knitting.